Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone have an amazing day. Three things I'm thankful for. I am thankful for. I am thankful for the journey. I am thankful for my spiritual team. And I am thankful for my spiritual gifts. That. So, so I had like a couple of different things that ran through my brain. So I know I had a couple conversations telepathically and stuff, or spiritually. So I might talk to y'all about all of them. But excuse me. So let me say this, because I know some people probably question, like, is your son okay? And this and that. So yes, he's okay. He still have his moments with the cold. And last night I actually questioned myself for a second. I was like, he don't supposed to be like this. Why is he like this? And I was holding on to him and stuff, because I'm a healer, right? I'm a healer. And I was holding on to him and stuff. And then this morning, let me turn this fan off. I like to have the fan on for the noise, but it's messing with me. So I'm a healer, and I was like, why is it that I can do this out here but not in here? And it wasn't the fact that I can't do it in here where he's with me, because the last time he went through this motion where he had like a little cold or whatever cough, it was over within like the next morning or something like that. But this is like 2 days now. Now, when it comes to me, I used to be the type to give my son medicine. Yes, I used to do medicine, like, the over-the-counter medicine, or he'll go to the doctor and he'll get medicine. However, due to who I am, we can't do that. I have to do things naturally, okay? Because I can't teach y'all how to do things for the ones that want to go down that path, what to do to get there if I'm still taking over-counter medicine. That means I don't believe in myself, okay? So that's why. However, it's crazy. So I be thinking things out, thinking, and sometimes I have to play things out of my head to know what's going on. Because like I always tell you, I know what I need to know when I need to know it. But so crazy is, y'all know how like I'll be talking about my oldest, and I'm like, we don't really talk like that because all of this stuff going on. He loves me. He definitely loves me. But because there's so much been going on and so much fake noise, it's kind of hard to know what's the truth or not. So I don't pressure my son. I don't pressure him to talk to me. I don't pressure him to explain, to communicate or whatever. I communicate as much as he allows. I don't force it because I know this is a hard journey. I get it. I understand. So he's that one word here and there and stuff like that. And so what's so crazy is the other day, I think it was the other day, I was like, I miss all my kids. Don't get me wrong. I miss them. But it's like the connection between me and him used to be so close as well when he used to talking so to me. And it's like I missed that. And a part of me was like, man, I wish, what is it? I just wanted to spend some time with them. So what happened is I didn't realize it at the moment, but my young one that's here with me, out of nowhere, hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, commercial. Out of nowhere yesterday, no, the day when my son was starting to do the cough and stuff, he started asking me questions and stuff about him, about my oldest, his older brother. And then, like, the past couple of days, he'll ask little things, and then out of nowhere, I'm talking about him as well, like, answering questions. Let me find out that my youngest is channeling my oldest son. That's why. But I didn't catch it at the time. He is channeling his energy so I can feel like I'm still with him. And that's really what's going on. So my son having the cold and stuff, it's not so much that my youngest has it. It's the fact he's channeling a moment where my oldest was sick and I'm basically nurturing him to get that feeling. So he's basically trying to, how can I say, he's connecting me to him where my oldest can still feel me. So it's like if my oldest is with me right now, but like I say, okay, so my son is a channeler. He can channel energies. So basically what he's doing is he's channeling my oldest son, where I can be able to nurture him through a moment that he's sick and stuff like that. So I'm still be able to get the energy with him so that my oldest can actually still feel me at his present moment. That's the best way I can explain it. So he's feeling me at the present moment, but through my youngest. So that's why things are happening the way it is. My son, he channels different people, like other siblings and stuff like that. Yeah, so normally, like, I can tell, but I haven't been around my oldest in so long, it didn't register until this morning. So that's why it's like, okay, I get it. Because at the point the other day when I was talking about it, I was like, now my son, he going through this journey, I gotta let him go through, because my youngest knows what's going on. My youngest understand everything that's going on. And so that's why I was like, no, I'm going to just give him a moment, let him get his energy right and do what he need to do. Because I told y'all he was in a different timeline. Now I know where he was at. So he basically swapped places. He swapped places with my oldest. So he was with he was spiritually within my oldest, and my oldest was spiritually with me. And that happens. Yes. If you're a channeler, you can channel other people's energies and stuff like that. You can swap. And along you're willing, you can swap. And yeah, don't believe it like that. So that's basically what was happening. So now I know that he's starting to channel him into here. Now me and my son relationship can be able to be stronger, because he will be able to actually feel me through this process. So it's like, wow. And that was another part. So when it comes to my daughter, I did communicate with my daughter yesterday. She sent me some pictures, and she's she's showing me energies of people that's been around her, and it's crazy. This is an amazing experience, y'all. Like, I know it's like, in one sense, it's like, well, why? Like how you acting like this is all new to you? It is. Like I tell you, it's like I'm a big kid. At the same time, I get excited every time I see something different. So yesterday, my daughter sent me a bunch of pictures, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, one picture is her, then another picture is somebody else, and then she has her friends, and I'm like, I'm looking at who they are. So she's showing me. So it's like, it's crazy. So it's like my daughter knows and she don't know that she can show me who's around her. So she letting me know what energies is around her. And I'm looking at these people, I'm like, I know y'all not around her. It's like I'm sitting here like, I know not. Oh, y'all think y'all slick. So that's the crazy thing. Like, she's showing me. So whenever I look at her pictures, I'm looking at it like, okay, I see who's there. Okay, and the next picture is the same people, like the friends wise, but next picture is like, oh, okay, I see who that is. I know who this one is. I know who that one is, and even for herself, I see who she is, and I'm like, okay, I get it. And I put it like this. 2 of them I don't approve of, but it is what it is. But I know what's going on, and but I could be mad about it. But I'm like, my daughter knows what's going on, and she got it. She's handling. She just letting me know, like, Ma, I got you. It's like that. I got you. I see you. I know. we here. I'm like, okay. So it's amazing journey. So I want to say it like this. I am very proud of everyone. You understand? So this is how it goes. I have my physical kids in this round. I have my spiritual kids in this round. And then I have kids that I had in past lives, and that I actually birthed. And then I have, and with those spirits, y'all here now. And then you got everyone else in the world. So, how can I say it? I talked about this before, but I'm going to try to explain it again. So you have to kind of like, how are we all attached? Because I have the kids that I actually birthed out. Those are the kids that I have birthed out, and they have their spirits. And then the other part of it is the ones that I didn't birth out is where those kids had kids like that. And then the other part of that spirit that has broken into two parts had their own set of kids. So it's basically the kids from the light and the kids from the dark. It's like that. Excuse this chair as always. So the kids from the dark, those are a different set. But my energy was a part of it for that to be able to happen. But yes, there are kids from the dark, that was created from the dark, and then there's kids that's created from the light. Even if you was created from the dark, doesn't mean that you are a dark person, because my energy is attached. So it's up to you to decide if you want to be attached to that energy or not. You know, it's like that. But yeah, so when it comes to my kids, there are more kids out here that I will be announcing, as I go along, to let y'all know who are my kids from a past life. Okay. There are more. So y'all have siblings out here that are attached. So it's like you have the light and the dark. And what I mean by that, meaning it's like you have the good sibling, you got the evil sibling. It's like that. But the thing about it is, however, the thing about it is, some of y'all switch roles, and some of y'all agreed to do what's right. So it's like that. So I don't want y'all to think like, I'm the good twin, no, she's the bad twin, I'm the good twin, and he's the bad twin type thing. You understand? Some accept assignment to do what's right, and some didn't. And it is what it is. I'm not mad. It is what it is. You gotta live, you gotta learn. So that's what's going on. So, back to my message. I don't know, I just jumped on that real quick. But back to my message. If y'all are questioning, okay, this is what I'm trying to get. If y'all are questioning who's in your energy, go look at your pictures. Go look at your pictures. If you go look at your pictures, like say for example you have a loved one that passed on or something like that, whenever you look at your face, sometimes you can tell who's in your energy. It's in your face. If you go look, you have your own energy, but if you start seeing somebody else's face, and sometimes you be like, man, I look like my grandma such and such, or I look like this one, and it's because they are probably attached to your energy at that moment. So yes, they can take pictures with you at the same time as you taking the pictures. Up to you to see it. And yes, sometimes you can go back to pictures and see somebody else in the picture. Yes, like for me, I'm gonna call it out. I know I'm gonna call it out. It's like when it comes to I'm always be truthful, honest. So it's like, for example, when it comes to me and Ye, I know, like on my end, I ain't gonna get into details, but when I look at certain pictures, I can see him. I can see him. And when you look at pictures, you can feel people's energies. So sometimes if you have a connection with people, you can feel their energy. So like for example, when I see his pictures, certain pictures, his energy pop. I don't care if it's an old picture that pops up on like YouTube or what's their name. However, that motherfucker energy is stronger than I don't know what. The other day I threw the phone on the floor. Yes, I threw the phone on the floor because it was that strong. People energies are that like powerful. So if you see it and you can feel it, you can know that way as well. But yeah, look at people's faces. You can see different things or whatever. You can see who's attached to you. And I'm gonna tell y'all, sometimes y'all have people that's attached to you that you didn't even know that cared about you. And that part. Sometimes you can see certain things or whatever. Like if y'all look at my pictures, my face transitions sometimes, and I look like certain ones right now, and it's like that. What else? I'm gonna tell y'all. Yep, one of the pictures my daughter showed me yesterday. Her and Ye look exactly like twins. They look exactly alike. They face and all. The latest picture that I think they posted up, that they did, where he had the army cap on, and he was in the passenger seat, and she sent me a picture where she's in the passenger seat, and I said they look exactly alike, like could be twins to a T. So yeah, it's like that. It is what it is. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I have no need to lie. Life is life. So yeah, but so that's kind of how it goes. So back to this thing with my son and this cold or whatever. I need y'all to know that sometimes y'all can be going through a spiritual cold, okay? A spiritual sickness. And no one talks about it, but you can go through a spiritual sickness. A spiritual sickness is where you have symptoms of something, and knowing that you're doing everything to stop it and you cannot stop it is because you could be channeling through, and this could be you or your kids. They could be channeling to a past moment. Excuse me. A past moment in your life, a past moment in their lives, and they're time traveling to a moment. So sometimes if you're doing certain things and stuff ain't working, just be patient through the process. Be patient through the process, because they're going through something at the time, and you're seeing them traveling through another. You see them time traveling. If that's the best way. So, okay. Let me explain it like this. You know how sometimes females can think that they're pregnant when they're not pregnant? It's because the only reason why you can have symptoms is because you spiritually time travel to a point in your past life or in your current life or past life where you was pregnant, and that's why it's manifesting in your current, because you believe in it so much that you traveled to a point where you was in that motion, in that point. And that's why you're able to feel those things, okay? Sometimes it's the past. Sometimes it's the future. Sometimes we can feel things so strongly and we feel sick and we feel nauseous or we feel faint or whatever. Men go through it too. And you're going through something where sometimes you can self-heal yourself now so you can prevent something from the future. You got to remember, you live in the past, present, future at the same time. So when you're going through stuff mentally and you already doing everything medically wise and nothing working, then it's time for you to make sure spiritually, if you're not already doing spiritual. So you need to see what's going on spiritually, because you could be healing yourself so that something in the future that's about to happen to you, you can stop it so that you don't go through it, or so you can prevent it from happening, or get the information so that you know how to handle it when that time comes. That's those deja vu moments, okay? That's also for the past. So right now, today, you in the future. Technically, you're the future. And your past self could be going through something. And say for example, you could be going through motions where you feel like you're pregnant, right? But in the past, they didn't have certain medical things. They didn't have certain situations that could help. Your current self is trying to teach you, your future self is helping your past to overcome those things so you can get through that pregnancy process. So a lot of times in our life, when we're going through things, we can be going through a past, a present, and a future process. That's why you cannot panic. That's why you stay calm. That's why you stay relaxed and think things through. Because the way you respond can either help save you from something so you can be at the present moment, or keep you from getting caught up in something in the future moment, okay? Always remember that we are all channelers. We are all time traveling all the time. Like I said with my son, sometimes when your kids ask you specific questions, like, what happened when you was a kid, mommy? Or what was you doing when you was a kid, daddy? And this and that. Or grandma, granddaddy, or whatever. It's because sometimes they're spiritually with you at that moment and they seeing you do something and they helping you through the process. So they're trying to help you go through something. So you ask questions and be like, hey, babe, so yeah, you go ahead and answer. But ask them, be like, hey, babe, what made you think of that question? I don't know. It was just something on my mind. But out of all the stuff in the world, because think about it, out of all the stuff in the world, how you gonna go all the way back in time on something that I ain't even talked to you about, but you question me about it? Because they are watching you. They're there with you as a child. Our kids travel. Our kids go. Our kids can go to our past lives and see certain things. Just to let you know. Sometimes the stuff that we're going through at our present moment is because they're trying to help us with something as a child. Remember those invisible friends you had? They're your kids. A lot of times it's your kids. It could be your few kids. It could be your brother. It could be your husbands. It could be your wives. Yeah. They could be the little child that you was talking to when you was a child and you didn't even know it. It could be different things, and they could be going through time to understand you. We are all a memory book. We are all a... What time is it? No, baby. Lay back down. But yeah, we are all time travelers. You like it or you don't like it. And we all are doing certain things. So sometimes, like, say, for example, like when your kids could be talking, you be like, man, you was act just like your grandmama. You act just like your granddaddy. Because they could be with them. They could be actually with them. Or that person could be communicating. Your kids can communicate. Okay? Especially the younger they are. They can communicate with others. So sometimes you could be actually talking to that grandmother, that grandfather. You could be talking to your mom. You could be talking to your cousin, your best friend, because they channelers. A lot of us, all of us are channelers. Okay? All of us can communicate. But the problem is we don't know who we're talking to. So, and sometimes it could be a stranger. Okay? But that stranger could be someone that you may knew in a past life, in a past situation, and you just can't remember them. So sometimes when you talking to your kids and they doing stuff and they reminding you of somebody, it's because that's who's with them at that time. I need y'all to understand that. It ain't no, okay, we're not going to sit here and pretend like we don't know anymore, okay? If you are talking to somebody and out of nowhere, you're like, you remind me of such and such, because that's who's talking to you at the moment. Do that mean stalk their behinds? No, that could be a stranger. It could be anybody. Don't stalk them. That mean that person is talking to you. I tell you, we are living in multiple worlds at one time. Okay? We're living multiple lives at one time. And you can be literally crossing paths with that person. You could literally be communicating with that person. And they thinking they talking directly to you, but they could be talking to a stranger. And you understand me? And vice versa. Excuse me. Okay. Okay. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to try to hold it in. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on. We can't ignore these things anymore. So whenever you... No, sir. Lay there. What you about to do? Turn that light on and then close this door. Okay. But yeah, so anytime when you feel certain, like, say for example, if kids, say for example, if you have a child that has passed away, excuse me, and out of nowhere when you're talking to your other kids, and or a loved one or something like that, and you start thinking, having old memories of them, it's because they're there, okay? They're there. Whenever you think something, because you got to ask yourself, when you're not, what's the question? What's the way I can say it? Say, for example, you could be driving, you could be walking, you could be at work or whatever, and out of nowhere somebody pops on your mind. A lot of times it's because of the spirit is around you, okay? Sometimes those people could be thinking about you. You can be like, man, just mind your business, and then somebody pops on your mind. It's because they thinking about you, or you could be thinking about them, or that person could be right there with you spiritually. We have multiple conversations at one time. You okay? Okay. That water's behind you if you need it. Y'all ain't gonna do a smile. Fine then, be like that. Why you look at the sad face? Why you look at me like that? You can't have that. Excuse me, y'all. You can't have that. It's like, wait till like 5. My son give me like the sad face. That he want to do something. I know you're not. We about to square up. Yup, leave it right there. Trying to be sneaky. Okay, but anyway, and see, that's another thing. It still ties to everything. That's another thing. That's how I know he's channeling my oldest, because he be doing sneaky stuff, and that's how my oldest used to be. He'll do little things and think you ain't paying attention, and but yeah, like that's kind of what goes on, y'all. A lot of the stuff that we go through is we're going through a lot of spiritual stuff, and it's okay. And I feel like that's why we get to the point we don't understand the emotions and feelings we're going through, because we're in so many different levels and layers at one time, and you don't know how to separate the different things. Like I tell y'all, like even me being here in this house, the two here that I used to talk about, they in a whole different timeline. And I know what time, like I know where they at. They like some years back. They're in a whole different timeline because the conversations are the same. And that's something else. You can tell when you start hearing the same conversation over and over again, go back to that thought of when this conversation used to be a thing. And that's how you can know what timeline they in. You be like, oh snap, they still like a couple months behind. Yep. If you hear somebody keep having the same conversation over and over again, they stuck in a different timeline and you have moved on. It's like that sometimes, and it don't mean the whole conversation, but it could be where like they talking to you, but they think they talking to the old you. And that's why when you be like, but we already had that conversation, to them it's the first time they having it. To you it's the 10th time, because they stuck in a loop. And that's the thing. If y'all pay attention, like your kids, we are all in different timelines and we all channel different people. You can, like, even if you have kids that went to college and you have a little one, sometimes you look at the little one, they doing certain things and it's like, why are you acting like your older brother? Why are you acting like your older sister? Because they channeling, we are channeling, because the siblings that's gone sometimes can have, the kids that's in college, sometimes they could be having moments where they're thinking about when they was a little kid and they channeling through the youngest ones. It is, oh my God, we live in an amazing experience, but people look at it as experiment. It's experience. You are living so many different lives. That's why it's like you are happy one minute and then you going through something. Figure it out. Figure out what's going on. Don't take that energy out on somebody else. Don't snap at the kids. Don't snap at the husband. Don't snap at the wives. Don't snap at the boyfriend, the girlfriend, the grandparents and all of that. Or the neighbors or the friends or even the strangers. We are all in so many different worlds at one time. And the fact that the people that y'all sit back and cry over as loved ones, they are right there with you. But if you're not paying attention, you miss them. You miss them. Y'all have to get it together. Look at people's faces. Pay attention. Don't sit there. I know, and I'm going to say it like this. That's why when it comes to makeup and stuff, it's a beautiful thing when y'all... wearing makeup can be a beautiful experience. You understand? But sometimes when you wear a lot of makeup, it causes points where it's a mask, okay? And sometimes you have energies that's channeling of people's spirits, and people can't tell the difference of what's going on, and that can mess with your energy and your own emotions. But if a person has their natural form, you can see somebody else's face. It's like actors, actresses. Go look at them. Go look at them. When you watching stuff, go look at them. And you'll be like, man, she look like such and such. Man, she sound like such and such. Because everybody is channeling someone else. We are in multiple dimensions and places. That's why I say anybody can be anyone that they want to be. Because we all the same. I keep telling y'all, we are all the same. Everybody you see is you. Everybody you see is you. But everybody you see is someone else at the same time. We have so many different abilities that we're so busy being stuck, focusing on the nonsense that we don't know how to make sense of the stuff that we need to focus on. So, I feel like this message kind of like bouncing around or whatever, so it is what it is. But I'm about to get off. But at the same time, energy is energy. If you're around someone and you can feel their energy like it's strong, like when you're talking to them, then that means y'all have a stronger connection. If you're looking at a picture and when you see them, it makes you feel some type of way, you have a stronger connection. You got to just understand what type of connection you have. Either it's a good connection or a bad connection, because connections are connections. So pay attention. Pay attention to what you see. Pay attention to what you feel. If you see a picture or you see something or you see someone and there's something that is like drawing you in, if you're not sure, question yourself, what is it that's making me drawn into this picture? What's making me drawn into this person? What's going on? Is this something that I need to focus on for now? Or is this something that is trying to give me signs about pay attention future-wise, or something that I need to fix? There's so many different things. I see a little smirk over there. That's the thing. My son be trying so hard not to smile sometimes. And I can see a little smile in the back end. But anyway, that was sidebar. They be trying. But anyway, y'all. My message is a little bit bouncing around. However, we are in a amazing world. And I want y'all to be able to enjoy it for the right reasons instead of the wrong. Take away all the negative thoughts, all the negative emotions, all the negative feelings. A lot of times those negative thoughts and negative emotions, negative feelings are things that's trying to stop you from figuring out what you are, who you are, and where you need to be at in life. We all have a lot of amazing things that's for us in this world. But if you don't allow yourself to acknowledge it, to see it, then you're going to always be missing in the process. And a lot of times your gifts is right in front of your face. But if you can't see it, how can you tell? On that note, y'all have a blessed day.